Well, hello there, Commonwealth. This is Great Grandpa Gamer. I'm out at 10 Pines Bluff, and we are continuing our build where we use the land to dictate our buildings. I'm going to jump straight into it. We're going to put some decorations around the building that we built in the first episode. Now, these are hanging from the rafters. And normally they're supposed to be positioned against walls. So if you just put them against a pre-existing structure and use a pillar, or in this case the shiller, to grab them, well, you can place them wherever you want. Let's go ahead and support our little loft. Crooked sticks. I didn't mean for them to be crooked, but I'm taking them. I kind of like the way they look. Let's give a little pretty back here toward the tail end of the settlement. Let's do something for a door. We're going to build our own little column out of the white picket fence posts. Now I set up a pattern, and I'll move the pickets out of the way, and I will lift this first fence post up out of the way. Well, I think I'll have to lift it a little bit higher. Now it's officially out of the way. Okay. Now I'll replace the pickets, put another fence post, and lower my first fence post down on top of it. There we go, we got a homemade column. While we're here, I'll just attach a door to it. It'll be a lot easier to attach the door while we're looking at the column than it will be inside the structure. A lot fewer things in the way. Now, there are a few Creation Club items that prevent me from doing this trick with all the doors in the game. Fortunately, the barn doors are not broken. I believe Shroud Manor is the one that broke my trick. Alright, let's do something with our little guardhouse upstairs. At first I thought a regular roof would work. I'm going to change that later. And Jamie, do I have to get descriptive about putting on shack railings? Probably not. However, I couldn't snap shack railings to the other three portions of this. So just to make sure we got three of them all lined up real nice. There you go. We just arranged them, did a group select. Now we can put these in. They look like they belong there. Perfect. Our little guardhouse needs at least a little privacy, so we'll put some custom walls in place. And now the guard stations, I placed three of them on a rug and moved the rug right in. Worked like a charm. There's your custom made bed. Yeah, here's where I changed my mind. I just felt like putting one of those wind turbine power generators on top. Let's start on our second building. I'm going to use 3 shack foundations, but I'm going to lower it a little bit. Now I didn't have to get rid of that one, but I stored it anyway. So I'll just lower this and I can snap my shack foundations right back. They're in line with the original, but a little bit lower. Great tango and caps trick. There we are. I'm going to mix and match shack walls, but in order to make this little building a little bit bigger, we're going to use the shack walls that have a little space outside of them. There we are. A few windows so we can see what's going on in the valley below. Nice. Get it supported, get a roof on top. You don't have to use the pillars to support the whole thing. You can if you want. It looks fine. I think it adds a little interest to put, different pieces of furniture. Maybe one of those soda machines or a bathtub or a toilet. You can support your buildings any way you feel like. Anything is game. You can even put a couch under there if you want. Now I changed my mind. I had a flat metal wall there, but I want to use a railway cargo door. Now this cargo door, I glitched in, it was already open. And here's a trick to make those walls glow. Yep, I'm just coloring in different colors of the cycling lights. I like doing that. That's a great grandpa gamer trick. Sorry if it seems to be a little bit much, but I like the way it looks. I like the way the light bleeds through. It just tickles the heck out of me. Our second building is almost completed. A few custom walls. Let's beef up that upper guard shack. Yeah, thank goodness for these weapons racks. I mean, we make walls out of them, we make decorations out of them, we do all kinds of things with them. It's not just for weapons. Here's a Tango and Caps innovation. Put a screen window. Let's beef up the custom wall. Here's one from the school zone. You can place the rugs underneath your furniture so you don't see them, you don't have to remove them. And if you place that on another rug, well, the whole thing will move. I like that trick. Since everything was still on that rug, and I still had my doormat there, it just gave me an opportunity to slide a soda machine in there. Call it a machine, it's a dispenser really. But my whole life I called them soda machines, or Coke machines. Those were my words, Coke machine. I'm going to decorate as much as possible with with workshop items. Especially for items that go on top of the tables. Even the shelves. I firmly believe that the workshop items, even though they cost you more budget, are friendlier to the settlement because the settlement, well, the game does not have to track items that can move or be knocked over by passerbys. I think it costs a lot less in terms of the resources, your computer, your CPU resources. There's Grandpa talking about his old career. I'll shut up. You all can kick me. Let's keep decorating. I'm decorating the heck out of the second building because that first building's a little harder to decorate. Maybe that's me cheating. I'm going to have to get to that lower building pretty soon. But you know what? There's no harm in doing something that you know how to do and coming back to the part you got to think about. That is A-OK. Especially if you want to do a good job on the part you want to think about. Hey, Grandpa lands our marks. Love this trick. We got ourselves a little fireplace. Now, those gentlemen will go ahead and cover the drawers of the filing cabinet. I decided that they were going to use those drawers. Why not? They welded them shut. That's not me making an excuse. That's a good reason. Okay, there's a hider rug. We're using the collision of that little doormat, not even the big rug, just the doormat. Nice. A few more decorations. I'm fortunate that I put lights in this particular room, otherwise I'd be working in the dark again. Let's get ourselves a 2-for-1 special. A bed and seating. Yeah, we can finish decorating our guard station. There we go, sometimes simple is enough. Well, let's wrap it up by condensing our farm into 2 large vines. Everything these 2 people are farming is going to be condensed right into 1 decoration. I like them there taters. Friends, thanks for joining me. Part 3 coming up. Y'all have a fantastic day. Bye-bye now.